April here with another lesson in mindfulness, and I'm continuing with my theme around mindful walking to talk about walking on a labyrinth. So today I had the distinct pleasure to join the company of everyone down at the Riverdale Hall here in Edmonton for the last indoor walking labyrinth. So there's a few ladies who've been doing this for a very long time, and they would set it up quarterly, so usually with the solstice and equinox, to highlight the changing of the seasons. And they're just getting up in the years now. One of the ladies is 80, and so they're no longer hosting the Walking Labyrinth, although I'm hoping that someone else will pick up the torch and continue this lovely tradition. So the walking a labyrinth as a walking meditation can be, it's just a different form of walking meditation, and it can be a little bit easier for some because there's a definitive start and end. So even for myself, traditional walking meditation, which is essentially pacing back and forth on about like a 10-meter pathway, can sometimes be agitating, and which is good and bad depending on what your goal is with your meditation. So the thing I like about walking the labyrinth is that you start at one place and you loop around and you follow the path and then you end. And so that can just give it a little bit more structure. And especially for me, when I come from an athletic background, every time that I've moved my body in the past, there's a goal in mind, right? Like I'm moving my body with the purpose to, and then the goal is at the end of it, whether it was like to play 80 minutes of rugby or to run 5 kilometers or things like that. And so it can be very hard to shift my mind and my body's mind when I'm simply doing a walking meditation. So walking the labyrinth gives me that little bit of, hey, there's a goal here, without getting too far into that end. Pretty much every silent retreat center will have a labyrinth. There is a sacredness around the shape of it, although I don't know enough about that myself. But I was lucky enough to walk some, and it's just a really nice addition to a mindfulness practice, especially if you're just getting into the walking. It just gives you that little bit of structure that you don't have to think about where you're going. You just follow the path. And the practice of a walking meditation is essentially focusing on your feet. So how do my feet feel when they hit the ground? And there's a bit of a mantra that goes on that can be added to it, where you're thinking of lifting your foot, shifting your weight, placing your foot, and then moving. And it was just a really nice way to spend the day in a place that was reverent and silent. There were opportunities for stillness and opportunities for mindful movement, and it was just a really beautiful way to spend a Saturday here in Edmonton. So I'll close out this chat with a few of the pictures from that event. And if you'd like to know more about mindful walking in general, mindfulness as a practice, and or walking a labyrinth, just hit me up in the DMs. Hope you're well.